really drives me is knowing that there aren't a lot of other people in the music industry specifically like me or like us. I don't mean to say that in a non-humble way. I mean to say that as this is a very white male-dominated industry. So being a mixed race person of color in the rock world already creates a different set of responsibilities for me, specifically in rock, in representing the origins of the genre itself. Because rock was invented by a black woman.
Tonight on Band in Seattle, King Youngblood proves that youth isn't always a disadvantage with killer riffs and unmatched energy. Welcome to Band in Seattle.
I'm working hard for better days. Second place, that's my cue. We are cutting above, show I grow. It feels just like home. It's everything I've known. Feels just like home.
Second place is to set up and let everybody know, all right, this isn't just a show now.
It has such a big opening. Everyone's got to get down and get with the energy or else you're going to be pushed aside.
The song is really setting up the entirety of who we are as a force of nature.
Second place, I'm moving on. I'm moving up, and I'm moving strong. Second place, well, goodbye. We are cut above.
I don't have a lot of memories of not being around music, either in a rehearsal or actually on stage or backstage or at a label meeting. So for me, it was always really natural, and I think that's because a big part of it, for sure, is because I was born into it. I know that I'm as comfortable in bed as I am on stage because humans are always a little cautious and scared of things that they don't know, which is where, things like stage fright come in, because that dynamic for sure is different than just day to day. I just got a chance to be comfortable with it by the time I hit the planet. So, I'm really lucky that way. Kind of looking back, I think, aside from just having a musical family, my bar mitzvah itself was very musical as well. There's a lot of different singing that goes on during, the ceremony and all of that. Having the lessons from my folks of like, okay, you got to push from your diaphragm. I really had to learn pacing and how to breathe quickly without it, being like, oh.
Said it once, I'll say it again. What's up, Band in Seattle?
Definitely being from Seattle and seeing everything come up and seeing expression being entirely accepted as an art form immediately sparked that, okay, yeah, one, this is something I can do, but then two, especially being in this music community and being able to grow up in it, it's not only something I could do, but something I should as well. And just years down the line, Gypsy Temple came together.
Excuse me, you seem to have forgot your mind, and I'm sorry. It's better off just left behind with memories, arrested by the passing time and stories, wasted on another mind that I know, with the things you never said before.
Big Tank is another one of those that's just, we're going wild and gotta say screw it sometimes and let loose.
It's just a fun song, high energy.
Big Thanks that's a party right there.
I just wanna hear you say, you're so welcome. You never said it anyway. God on your tongue. With all the life it was today. You're so welcome. You never said it anyway. Just say big thing.
Hamoon and I started playing together, I think, my senior year. Our bassist beforehand just started having commitments and priorities come up, and I already knew Moon could just throw down because I'd been to a bunch of jazz band concerts.
So I played a gig with them, and then next week is like, oh, we have another gig. Our bass player still isn't, like, it just kind of slowly snowballed, and then again, here we are today, so yeah.
So then after that was Corey Cavazos, our cellist. He was doing open mics over at the Columbia City Theater. Every time he would come in for an open mic, he would bring his cello and a looper pedal.
I think it's amazing that they incorporate strings into the music.
One, it's an instrument that is incredibly close to the human voice, but two, it's got such a range on it, so many different things you can do with it. And me also being a cellist, I was like, I either want lessons from him, I want him in the band, or I want to just sit down and pick his brain. And luckily, I got a chance to do all three of those.
Big thing.
After the break, find out more about King Youngblood.
New worlds, catching thoughts to grow, catching thoughts to know, catching thoughts to show. Bring that band in. Old souls, losing thoughts is slow, losing thoughts to show, losing thoughts to know. Oh.
Today, this song particularly is about mental health and mental illness. And I was at this guitar festival where there were all these world-renowned players and everything. And it started really, really deteriorating my mental health and mental well-being because I was surrounded by people that were way more talented than I was. One night, I had a chance to get away from the noise and hear my own thoughts again, talk myself off the ledge, and I came back and immediately wrote Today. And it's about, even though, mental illness might be an obstacle, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, I can tell you it's been a long journey. I've been there. I've been in the white padded room. I've been medicated to where I couldn't remember a whole year of my life. I've been through a journey of mental health, trying to pursue my dreams while struggling through this. It's been really challenging, but doable. My mental illness has been a huge part of my story. It doesn't define me. And I think that's a huge distinction I have to make with myself and to make it known for others as well, that their mental illness can be a part of who they are, but it does not define them.
New vine, changing how we see, changing trees, seeing far from me.
I get a solo in today, which over the bridge, which is a lot of fun. I get to go up front and just kind of show off my chops a little bit.
I just really love Corey's solo in it. I think it really shows that you can throw in a cello solo and have it steal the show almost.
Today is for the breathing.
feel the cello is pretty similar to like almost like a saxophone or even just vocals, where you can just meld into any kind of music and it'll sound pretty good if you know what you're doing.
The cello as an instrument isn't just something that you keep in a classical realm. It's something that should be as common as like guitar or piano or even drums. Pick a Number it's a love song. It's a reflection on, do we find the people that are important in our lives through destiny, random chance, or whatever goes on in this crazy universe?
Instead, dropping off on the corner of what's next.
Pick a Number is just a solid, fun song. I get to sing a little bit, which is nice. It's a good opportunity for me to blend with Cameron's voice.
We definitely try to base things off of what people's ranges are. We all find a lane and fit into the gaps, rather than, okay, you have this job and you need to do X, Y, Z, Y, Z, Y, Z.
I'll be surprised sometimes how much difference that makes, just like little slight notes. Hearing it from another person's point of view, where actually they get to hear how the harmonies blend, and then they give the slightest of notes and it just tunes it out, it just rounds it out.
But I know what remains will be old with the new. I'll admit that I'm broken, so keep a piece of me with you.
The songwriting process for me with Gypsy Temple starts with an emotion, an experience, a memory, or at the very least, a real story. And I should also preface that those don't have to be things that we understand off the top. A lot of what the writing process is also getting a chance to discover and do that self-reflection. The writing process is a dialogue. After that, it's about figuring out how to craft the message through the emotional side of the music itself. So we definitely start with the instruments and then go to the lyrics. I also think because technically you have to be able to play what you wrote. It's already hard enough to be a musician. Like, don't add extra weight for yourself if you don't need to.
My love, let me hear you. My love, pick a number. You got some more, give me some more. From the top of your voice, let's hear it. My love, y'all sound great.
When we return, uncover more about King Youngblood.
Heavy-handed is just kind of the pinnacle of our energy and grunginess, really. We're just trying to get the energy out there.
We didn't write it particularly with a story or message in mind, but more of an emotion.
We jump up and down, we get to just show everybody that we have energy, that we're young, that we're here, and we're in it to win it.
Specifically for Gypsy Temple, the relationship with the audience is incredibly key. Our whole goal really is to use and exploit the stage as much as possible. We're not just trying to perform, we're trying to create an experience. We are very used to not belonging in many places, but the stage specifically is for us. So when we get a chance to be up there and we all together and we got people listening, it's no longer just like, all right, thanks for coming. It's like, all right, well, here's what you signed up for. Here's your waiver.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go!
We weren't trying to get a band that was diverse, but I think the diversity of the band is an important aspect of it because it really adds such different lanes that people can come with from music and just not like besides music, just culturally and how we interact with each other and how we work with each other. It all stems from who we are and like as a person and where our backgrounds come from. So I think it is really important to have diversity because it really just, it spreads ideas and it allows for growth, I think.
Diversity is super important for a band because you get different perspectives and different sounds, different ideas that come together, and you can really show that you can collaborate with people of different backgrounds and people who have been through different things.
I saw you right there looking so happy, and I watched you fall. You became a part of me. I want to help you, but I don't know how. Maybe you could change for me. I'm not a god, I am your friend. Show me your trust until the end. I am the rock, our souls will blend. Got hands on my heart, big love.
Up It Comes Down itself is the song that we modeled our mental health project after, called Hold Your Crown. There's a lyric in the second verse that's, no matter when up it comes down, I will always be here holding your crown.
It really drives the message that we have with our Hold Your Crown campaign about youth mental illness and the importance of youth mental health and just advocating against stigma against youth mental health. And just the whole song kind of captures the message that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to feel unhappy, but just know that you have help and you have a support system.
For me, this hits home because I was diagnosed with schizophrenia at the age of 14 and then later bipolar disorder. So to have a song that pays homage to this huge topic and huge struggle with a lot of people means a lot to me. And we've even, so much so that we've made this into a project where we want to do outreach to young people to let them know that they're not alone through these struggles.
I'm not a god, but I am your friend. Show me your trust until the end.
information about our bands, go to bandinseattle.com where you can watch King Youngblood's full concert.